Hello everyone, welcome back to Almighty Blues FC, a fan channel for all to see. Well, I hope सब लोग एकदम बढ़िया है because yes, definitely my road to recovery is definitely on. Not 100% still, but glad to have, of course, my brother, that's Chirag from Football Medico. Chirag, how are you?
डूइंग वेरी वेल भैया, आपका ध्यान रखो। डूइंग मच बेटर अब तो।
Definitely, definitely, and of course we have Eugene in the house. Big up to Eugene, join करने के लिए, and definitely, hopefully, we have a lot more people. Again, anyone who's watching the stream, do share the stream, and of course, press that like button or subscribe करिए. Come on, it's just a press for button, right? And the bell notification icon. I think that's the most important. Chirag, do you agree? And
या
check out
डेफिनेटली।
Football Medico. Yeah, Football Medico and Football Parliament, two channels. I think Chirag is kind of running. So certainly, I would strongly recommend you that channel as well. Of course, he's a Chelsea fan in the house. And talking about Chelsea, it was a great excuse. International break here. So I think this was the time that I thought, let's actually go back to our top five series, which we started, I think, quite a while back. But recently we did an FA Cup video on top five. And of course, now I thought, let's actually, talk about the top five moments of three Chelsea legends, like you can figure out, from the thumbnail. Now Thomas Tuchel has just completed 1 year, and what a hell of a ride, na? एक तो मतलब
डेफिनेटली।
hell of a ride is an understatement, right? Chirag, as in again, TA50, thanks for joining, bhai. And certainly, not just Thomas Tuchel. आप बोल सकते हैं कि Thomas Tuchel had inherited Lampard the squad. He hardly made any signings when we actually won that Super Cup, when we won that, of course, the Champions League.
चैंपियंस।
So fair enough. As in, so we had to celebrate both of them. It's been a year, and Jose Mourinho's birthday was this week. So I thought, like, let's actually celebrate, Tino legendary managers, जो I think kind of have changed Chelsea's history in the recent past. I know Jose Mourinho for a fact, but Thomas Tuchel, the way he has come about, finally अब City और Liverpool भी सोच रही है, okay, again we have some challenger in the coming years, and that will be certainly interesting. So again, anyone watching, yes, you can see there is a poll out there. आप प्लीज पोल लीजिए. That will tell us basically, आप अगर ये हिस्ट्री सीरीज चाहते हो for other clubs as well, like we always get a lot of other panel members from other clubs as well, and of course it's a fan channel for all to see. We would like to definitely welcome बहुत ज़्यादा information about other clubs as well. uh, yes, absolutely, चिराग भाई का बैकग्राउंड तो हमेशा सही रहता है. एंड वही अभी एनीवे ब्रेक है तो छुट्टी के मूड में है चिराग, आई एम assuming. नहीं.
नहीं नहीं, मेरे तो कहाँ ही ब्रेक। मेडिकल स्टूडेंट्स
नहीं
डोंट
नहीं,
गेट देयर ब्रेक्स।
मेहनत मेहनत. एक बार ये शुरू किया तो बस मेहनत मेहनत. एवरीवन नोज दैट. यस, बट
डेफिनेटली।
डेफिनेटली बिग अप टू बिग Blue Clouds TV, of course. And of course, like you said, the channel for all to see. Yes, it is a Chelsea show after a long time. We are doing only a Chelsea show today, but certainly बनता था
व्हाई
basically.
जस्ट
That's what
चेल्सी
I would say.
फैंस? एवरीवन कैन एंजॉय द Mourinho era, the Tuchel era. Every fan, every from any club can enjoy this. This is a
Absolutely, absolutely. And
celebration.
of course, we'll be covering a lot more in coming, episodes of this series. So where do we begin, Chirag? Of course, like again, people watching, do smash that like, press that bell notification icon, and subscribe if you have not. Just the press of a button doesn't cost you. And same to Football Medico and Football Parliament that you can see in the description. Chirag, so recency bias,
Yeah,
fair enough.
definitely
Tuchel
recency. Yeah.
deserves the plaudits first because come on, like completing 1 year, the year that has just gone by, crazy year to say the least. But yes, Lampard as well to begin with, because Frank Lampard coming back to the club, that was a huge moment in itself. Of course, that wasn't an ideal scenario because I think we were under a transfer ban. So it was certainly very interesting that Frank
And
Lampard
even
came
lost
in that
Hazard,
time.
our best player at the moment.
Exactly, exactly. And again, I'm sure opposition fans will say that we kind of had Kovacic coming in. We had obviously Pulisic coming in, but again,
But
those were
those were,
things from the past,
yeah, definitely. We just capitalized
right?
on the situation we had to.
Exactly, exactly. And it's not easy, na? Matlab, the kind of young squad that Frank Lampard had, for him to kind of get them going, it was really difficult. Yes, definitely Sadiq Bhai, and of course Sadiq Bhai, you're welcome as well. Hopefully, we do a Manchester United history series as well. Yes, Mourinho's diamond in defense of Czech. we'll come to that. And very interesting, actually, Sadiq bhai, big up to him. Sadiq bhai ने बोला है
Definitely. Sadik
जो
Bhai is
मोरिनियो
just
का जो डायमंड था ना, that was something which was changed, and we'll actually talk about the exact match. And I remember exactly when he changed the diamond. And I'll get to know that's the midfield diamond I'm talking about, right? But certainly, yeah, then we'll talk about all those players and combined 11. काफी इंटरेस्टिंग रहने वाला है. चिराग, are you ready for a debate? I'm sure Guruji will join us as well in some
I'll,
time. But
I'll be waiting for Guruji's debate.
yeah, you know why? Because
Because we
here
all
we
are
are
from
talking
different
about
eras, I'll say. Not the big eras,
exactly.
but definitely 5 year patches. We all have our biases. I'll be have recency biases, and you both might have biases towards Mourinho's different eras.
You'll probably notice that slides में ही आप slides में देखो ना. And again, जो भी देख रहा है, please comment करिए so that we know which language we converse in, because like I say, it's basically run by you all, the viewers. If you have more Hindi audience, we'll be conversing in Hindi. If you have English audience, we'll be conversing in English. Panel to definitely open to both. And of course, your super Tommy Tuchel reports Christensen is leaving as we. Yes, yes, definitely. हम आएंगे to discuss about transfers as well towards the end of the stream. But first, let's celebrate the positives now. And the positive
No, this
is
picture itself.
basically
This picture itself is a speaks volumes. If anyone remembers this match, like Wolves were considered as a team who do not concede. And this was the moment Tammy stood up, Fikayo Tomori's wonder goal, and then this actually speaks volumes itself about the short era, but a very good era, I'll say, under Lampard.
exactly. मतलब you hit the nail on the head क्योंकि ये जो पहला I think it was probably the first away win, right, under Lampard, if I remember right. It was a 2-5 at the
Yes,
Molineux.
yes, yes, yes.
Or I think Tomori, I think Mount and Tammy, all the three stood. It was basically made in Cobham.
Yeah,
और तब पता था कि it is time कि basically Chelsea to grow up in terms of academy जो dominate कर रही थी. And interesting, like again, what I'm doing here for people who are watching, हम actually कुछ moments मेरे तरफ से है, कुछ moments. Of course, if Chirag has other moments that he remembers, he can speak about those moments. And we'll be finally shortlisting first from Tuchel's and Lampard's era. That's what we're covering pehle, and then with the Mourinho's era. And then probably we'll come down to the best 5 moments, which is really difficult task. And similarly, we'll do a combined 11 also. So in terms of moments, Wolves, actually मैं डालना भूल गया चिराग. एक तो definitely है this particular first win. And even that last win in the same season, it was during the pandemic.
yeah.
1-0 free kick, sorry, 2-0 था, Giroud and Mount scoring.
Mount scoring to secure the top four place. And
Exactly,
that
exactly.
had a story of itself. Like एक उस time video viral हो रही थी where Mount taught us all कि वो बचपन में how to score a free kick. He might be 6 or 7 at that time, or a bit
Exactly.
much elder. And the same way, the same place, he hits the free kick to secure a top four place for Chelsea.
Yeah, Super Tommy Tuchel also says it right. Like we just discussed about it, Chirag ki जब Hazard wasn't there, Lampard ने जो team लिया था, as in again he came to the rescue. Simply put, और वो एक rookie manager के लिए जो भी किया है, I think that वो काफी underrated है in my opinion. And again, even second season में there were actually times when हम actually top of the table थे.
Yeah,
Before that, kind of slide that he
December
had.
period वो हमारा fix है December तक.
Okay, so the first moment, people watching, ये है the Wolves game in the Lampard era, and of course a huge moment for the academy. इसलिए मैंने shortlist किया. Second, यार ये game, like ये तो अलग ही level नहीं.
Like best match I have ever seen being a Chelsea fan, I'll say. And this was the time where many academy players told us कि हम why we are Chelsea. A proper game, I'll say, क्योंकि Reece James established himself in the world of football in Europe. He announced himself, and what a game! Like what a game! No
Exactly,
words.
exactly. Right. And again, like people who joined the stream late, just so you know, we are basically covering Lampard and Tuchel's era first, and we are just talking about the moments, and we'll come to Jose Mourinho's era next. We'll be shortlisting the top 5 and then the combined 11. But certainly, do share the stream. It certainly helps, and press that like button so that we have more people joining the stream. So, of course, big up to Talk MU as well. Big up to you, brother. And yes, we will talk about Manchester United hopefully in the coming episodes of this series. But yes, certainly this is something that we can all celebrate. Acha, this one, Chirag, I don't know if you recall. For me, this was away at Tottenham. Lampard did a
Okay, yeah,
Mourinho on Mourinho.
yeah.
He went three at the back, and to me, although 2-0 victory, it seemed like one hell of a dominant performance. Like this was probably, if I have to say honestly, in terms of dominance alone, it was probably the performance under Lampard's era. In any particular game. Even under Tuchel, मैंने देखा नहीं कि against a bigger side we have dominated. I know we beat Spurs for fun recently. No pun intended, Eugene in the chat, and Spurs. But I think that Mourinho, doing a Mourinho to Mourinho, simply put, na.
And when you
Uh,
talk about Mourinho and Lampard, Mourinho was himself coaching Lampard at a point, and Mourinho being like thrown out of the window like by Lampard was something different. And it was also not about the quality of squad. Both of them had a similar squad. Rather, Tottenham had more experienced players. It was a magical win if you see the whole perspective of the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, it's very interesting to actually see, how basically, as in Lampard took over the reins, and then under, Mourinho he played, and then वो जो एक coaching ability to some extent you can say Mourinho से ही सीखा होगा definitely, as in you play under
Definitely.
a manager for so many years. In fact, twice you can say, right? Even second stint maybe Lampard played under him for a year. So certainly, as in this was as in I really loved it because firstly it was Spurs, no pun intended again, but
And if you
and
actually
Mourinho
look at
going
this
back to
photo
Spurs.
as well, you have
Yeah,
Tammy Abraham, Tomori, Reece James, Zuma, and you. This picture is itself explanatory how Chelsea is better than Spurs at that moment because we trusted our academy. We showed them levels at the moment.
absolutely, absolutely. And again, like people in the chat, there are three moments till now. आप बोलिए कि आपका recent moment कौन सा best है in terms of Lampard's era, which was the best moment for you among these three. Till now, we have, of course, Tammy getting that hat trick, if I remember right, against
Yeah,
Wolves, and against Wolves, both the legs, in particular in that first year of Lampard. 4-all against Ajax at Stamford Bridge. Reece James and Aspilicueta almost got a winner. वो disallow
yeah,
किया गया
it
था
was ruled
rightly.
out. Yeah,
Exactly. And of course, Lampard doing a Mourinho to a
on
Mourinho, right?
Mourinho.
And
Yeah,
Pulisic and Lampard was moving mad. And interesting, super Tommy Tuchel that you mentioned that because he knows his stuff, huh? Super Tommy Tuchel knows his stuff,
this
literally.
goal, right? This goal completely putting up defense, whole defensive line where you cannot attack, and just going on one single counter attack which Pulisic made. This was something different. This goal, it was Fernandinho who he tackled. He like dodged first, and then he went through the goal. The emotions from that half line run to till the goal. It was different for every Chelsea fan. I'll say
Absolutely,
great.
and like actually he says, na, कि basically Champions League fixtures with Bayern was a nightmare, man. हाँ, मतलब again we are here to celebrate the positives. Let's not
But definitely, it
remember.
was the level of Bayern that time. They won the treble, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. Uh, so what I'll say is like Pulisic जो था उस समय, you can say probably the best that he ever played in Chelsea Football Club was probably two times. One was under Lampard in the lockdown era, and one was obviously Tuchel in the Champions League. Obviously, बहुत crucial जो goals मारे थे Pulisic ने. These are probably the best two times that Pulisic has had, and not just Pulisic. I think this moment in itself, beating Man City. And it's something about Chelsea, na Chirag. Over the
Yeah,
years, it's always been Chelsea which has determined leagues, in a sense, like be it for ourselves or be it for
yeah.
other clubs. I know 2016 mein hua tha for Leicester, and again even this game, I remember Liverpool actually became champions, if I remember right, because of this game that Pulisic won against
16
Man City.
was very different. Like we all know that if you are actually stealing Tottenham's only chance to winning a trophy, what else do you want as a Chelsea fan?
Absolutely. And so again, there are four particular moments till now. We would like to see some comments coming in for people जो देख रहे हैं, जो भी आप again बताइए कि हम अगर हिंदी में comfortable है, we'll be more than comfortable to speak in Hindi. It's based on you guys, but हाँ, we would certainly like to see some of the votes coming in. Because yes, otherwise it'll just go with me and Chirag, and then people will say, okay, how come you didn't select that? So yes, these are the four moments under Lampard's era first that we are going through. because it's more recent. So yeah, these are the four moments that we have picked till now, and I have six moments totally for Lampard. Definitely. Yes, of course. Big up to Soul, of course the Man United agenda. Big up to you guys. Big up Almighty. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, I hope I'm sounding better. Certainly, talking about Chelsea makes me better, honestly speaking,
Any day.
and talking about football in general, right? So that's what I can't, be without. And yes, this one, like, I'll give you my definition, चिराग पहले क्यों डाला है मैंने. So for me, मेरे लिए जो है ये इतना important है. लिवरपूल के साथ somehow recent years में हम इतना victories मिले नहीं है. For some reason or the other, we have not got victories against Liverpool, and not just a victory. I know it was the FA Cup. People will tell, and we should have won that FA Cup. Let's be right. Even that final Pulisic, when he actually got that goal before that injury and before Kovacic's red card, even there was a chance that we should have probably gone on and won that game. But this FA Cup in itself, Lampard was on another level in terms of the coaching. Even I could have picked the Man United game, for instance, that we won, I think, in the semis. But this particular game, people that say Ross Barkley, come on, you're highlighting Ross Barkley. No, the guy who's on top of Ross Barkley, Billy
Exactly,
Gilmore.
exactly,
Wow.
exactly. Like, I don't know if you have actually forgotten Billy this season, but last season he was a nightmare to people like Klopp. Klopp could not actually do something against a Billy Gilmore, a young player who had to fill in because all the midfielders were injured or were not available. And man of the match performance against league leaders, against a team who is dominant in Europe. How can you actually do that?
That's Billy the Goat Gilmore, certainly. हाँ, लेकिन मतलब मुझे जो अच्छा लगता है ना इस फोटो में, वो है वैन डाइक और फेबिनियो को देखकर. अगेन नो पन इंटेंडेड लिवरपूल फैंस, लेकिन वो बहुत
आई
ही
नो.
रेयर होता है, नहीं?
अब मुझे पता है मुरीनियो के टाइम पे कौन सी फोटो आ रही है. वी ऑल नो दैट.
वो यार, ऑनेस्टली मुरीनियो का जो शॉर्टलिस्ट करने में थक गया था यार. इतने सारे ऑप्शंस थे ना, पूछो ही मत. मतलब there are so many things, right? And of course we have just while in the house. Big up Ankit and panel. Yes, of course. And again, आप बहुत लोग देख रहे हो, कमेंट करिए. अभी तक basically what we are doing is, again, for people joining late, we are basically celebrating three eras, but we are not just celebrating. थोड़ा controversial जाने वाले हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग कंपेयर करने वाले हैं तीन eras, and that is why I'm having panel from different eras as well. क्योंकि डेफिनेटली वी नीड अ लॉट ऑफ कॉन्वर्सेशन. और अगेन, पीपल जो चैट कर रहे हैं ऑल्सो कमेंट करिए. अभी तक बेसिकली ये मोमेंट्स है लैम्पार्ड के एरा में. बेस्ट मोमेंट्स हमें सेलेक्ट करना है, राइट? सो टॉप 5 मोमेंट्स. चिराग, इफ यू हैव टू सेलेक्ट अभी तक, व्हाट इज योर टॉप 3? लेट्स सी.
टॉप 3.
मतलब ऑब्वियसली ये 5 है, लेकिन और भी कोई अगर मन में आता
Yeah.
है लैम्पार्ड के अंदर, तो यू कैन सर्टेनली.
No, first of all, this Ajax game, it was something different. This Pulisic goal, and maybe the man of the match performance of Billy Gilmore, because that was also a very a game that announced what Cobham is, I'll say. And वो match में I remember we were never the favorites. I used to write previews on my Instagram page उस time पे, and even in the score prediction I did not predict कि हम जीत जाएंगे game. Sorry. So I just feel कि that game was also different क्योंकि वो एक magic देखना बीच में midfield में. So for me these will be the three.
तो यहाँ पर Prasanna in the house again. Prasanna, good channel, please, go check it out as well. That game, I still remember the triple save from Kepa, the chances we had, and against good Liverpool team, not their youth team.
Exactly.
Yes, बहुत important point here. It wasn't really the youth team, and Prasanna definitely is going for a Liverpool game, and I would agree as well. An Ajax game, एक different team, मतलब feel जो आई थी ना, बहुत दिनों बाद ऐसे मैच हुआ था, irrespective of whether we got the win or not. And of course, Super Tommy
आपने वो
Tuchel.
देखा था? हाँ जी बोलो.
नहीं, I'll just quickly take this. So definitely, Baba आज unfortunately दूसरे stream में है. Hopefully, he said if he has time, he'll join in towards the end of the stream. But yes, certainly Guruji आ रहे हैं. He's on the way. Yes, Chirag, please tell me.
Like, अगर आपने मैच व्लॉग्स उस टाइम फॉलो करते थे, देयर वाज नो कोविड रिस्ट्रिक्शंस उस टाइम. रादर कोविड ही नहीं था उस टाइम तो कुछ भी. आई सॉ फर्स्ट एवर मैच व्लॉग ऑफ जॉर्ज बेंसन उस मैच का. एंड द एटमॉस्फेयर इन द स्टेडियम वाज आल्सो सो डिफरेंट ना उस मैच का. तो हो रही थी वहां पे ईच मोमेंट आप रोक रोक के देख सकते हो उसको कि जब वो रेड कार्ड मिले दो या फिर जब वो इक्वलाइजर मारा, एजपिलिक्वेटा का जब गोल हुआ, वीआर ने ओवरटर्न करा, एवरीथिंग अबाउट दैट.
True. And ये सिक्स्थ वाला जो मैं अभी दिखाने वाला हूँ सब लोग को, that will be little bit surprising, चिराग, controversial as well. And I, unlike आप बोलोगे 2012 में आप AVB को क्रेडिट क्यों नहीं देते हो जब we speak about Di Matteo winning as a Champions League, and why should
Yeah.
Lampard get it? लेकिन Lampard did it a different way. Like that Sevilla performance, trust me, जो Giroud, I know it was Lord Giroud in the house, लेकिन for me, the reason why it's so big, Chirag, and again, everyone watching the chat have picked this moment as well as one of top Lampard era's moment, because पिछले साल जो हुआ था, we bottled it in Champions League. I know, I think Super Tommy Tuchel mentioned about Bayern Munich game. हाँ, वो क्यों हुआ था? Barkley
We
को
did not
actually वो
finish
penalty मिली
first
थी.
in the game.
Exact. First in the group, we couldn't finish. Na? So
Yeah.
we got Bayern Munich. And again, Lampard made sure that we dominated this group. और ये Sevilla वाला away game is a different level. यार. Away to Sevilla, whatever we
4-0.
and
Scoreline,
dominated.
yeah.
Exactly. And yes, of course, shout out to George Benson as well. And
Yeah, definitely.
okay, Shitanshu actually picks the Wolves goal of Tomori. Interesting. Again, Shushanta bhai, definitely love you as well. And Prasanna bol rahe, during the 4-4 game, I was watching my university library and I tried my best not to even make a noise, and I successfully did. Big achievement that. Similarly, I was at work, तो मैं तो अपने मोबाइल में ऑन था, certainly, but I happened to react. I couldn't kind of wait. It was some moment for sure, right? Okay, and
I did this Sevilla game. I knew this was coming. Like, this will be the moment for me.
You know what? आएंगे अब. Jose Mourinho era है यार. Come on. Slippy G will be Jose Mourinho era, and again, no pun intended to Liverpool fans. लेकिन हाँ, we will not focus on the slip, but बहुत उसके around that will happen in that particular game as well. We'll come to that for sure. So 6 moments आ गए हैं. तो अभी तक Chirag and the chat again, please do get in your votes. Take the poll, by the way. Do smash that like button. And yes, Giroud is certainly very underrated. He was such a good player for us, thanks to the Gunners.
Everything. Thanks to Gunners for every transfer they have made with us. Every move or every player they have taken from us.
Exactly. So certainly ये game Liverpool वाला game is shortlisted till now. I'm assuming, and I would say Ajax game, and the third would be Wolves because it was 2 legs and very important last win as well against Wolves. And I think Shitanshu also went for that goal. So we are going with 3 picks for Lampard. And let's see. Honestly, देखते एक भी आता है कि नहीं top 5 finally, because मुश्किल लग रहा है अभी, क्योंकि हाँ, now we are going to go to that particular era जो recent है. Chirag, you will be pretty sure that you will be picking this one. अभी ये okay, the first thing जो हुआ था Tuchel के, वो change जो डाला है ना dressing room, right? You can see there, Giroud, I know it was an away goal in Atletico Madrid, and even the other leg that you can see on screen, certainly a different kind of team spirit दिखने को मिला. It's surprising भी है, जो Lampard के अंदर wasn't there. So what do you think was the reason firstly that happened?
See, we got that change. सबसे पहले तो जब मैनेजरियल चेंज आता है तो एक नई न्यू स्पिरिट आती ही आती है टीम में. And more than Tuchel, I'll also say it was more about the players getting together. They knew Mount नहीं है, Jorginho नहीं है, Thiago Silva नहीं है, but players like Azpilicueta played a very, very big role in this match. Players like Giroud played a big match, who actually united the team and said कि जाएंगे हम, एथलेटिको हो कोई भी हो, we do not care, हम जाएंगे इस मैच के लिए full on. And Tuchel's tactics were on point. Like, अब मुझे पहले समझ नहीं आ रहा था why we were playing back 3. वो वुल्व्स गेम हमने देखी 0-0 फर्स्ट गेम थी, बट धीरे धीरे आई एक्चुअली अंडरस्टूड कि हम बैक 3 क्यों खेल रहे हैं. दिस वाज द गेम दैट एक्चुअली टोल्ड मी कि हम बैक 3 खेल रहे हैं.
Exactly, and abhi definitely talking about the era that we are entering. Let's actually welcome ek aur the panel, and that is Guruji in the house. How are you, Guru?
I'm good, man. I'm good. A long time. I'm sorry guys, I was a bit late क्योंकि काम होता है Friday को. So I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, what are we discussing?
अच्छा, तो अभी तक just to recap, Guruji, and again people who have joined late in the chat, again do smash that like, check out Adidev Guruji's channel as well, and yes, definitely he is going to be active, pretty sure. और आपको पता है यार, busy है, like he said, certainly, and big up to Devils United in the house as well. So अभी तक we are discussing लैम्पार्ड का एरा डिस्कस किए हैं, तो वी आर गोइंग टू बी डिस्कसिंग मोमेंट्स. पहले टॉप 5 मोमेंट्स फ्रॉम लैम्पार्ड एंड टुकल एरा पहले पिक कर लेंगे, एंड देन वील कंपेयर इट विद जोसे मोरिनियोज एरा, and then pick the top 5 of that, and then we'll come to the combined 11, and that is what we are planning. So quickly, just to show you, we had 6 moments under Lampard. So this was one, Sevilla, because dominating in group stage was one that we quickly discussed about. Then the Liverpool win, where Billy Gilmore came to the fore, really. And Man City, yeah, as in Pulisic being in form, simply put. And of course, Man City, as in, making Liverpool the champions in a way, which kind of helped them. And doing Mourinho to Mourinho, ये एक अलग ही kind of lesson था for Mourinho going to Spurs. Maybe, I don't know. I know torn there, and we'll be speaking ironically about Mourinho in the latter part of the episode. And Ajax game, as in this was a different level for all. And the Wolves games, both the games in the first year, which were very crucial, and of course for the academy to come, to the fore. So 6 moments here, and now we have entered Tuchel's era. So Tuchel era, mein first we have discussed about the Atletico Madrid, both the ties, where we saw a team spirit jo bani thi under Tuchel, which was very evident on the sidelines once Giroud scored that goal as well, which was a different level, right? So, Guruji, as in, what was your primary reason, Tuchel brought about the change? What did he change so quickly that he did?
I don't know. The experience matters a lot. I mean, the experience that he brought into the setup was something that those people deserved, not deserved exactly. I mean, those people, our players needed at that point of time. Also, the ability to tweak. This is something that we have discussed a lot of times in Tuchel's season in the past. The ability to tweak the system in the middle, I mean, that is something that Tuchel has also excelled in that Champions League season, or sorry, in the latter half of that particular season when he was initially drafted in. So वो चीज भी उनके लिए बहुत अच्छी थी. And the other factor that actually really worked for him was also the backroom staff that he brought with him are very adept with their फुटबॉलिंग नॉलेज एंड वेरी अडेप्ट इन देयर फील्ड्स बेसिकली. सो वो चीज़ भी बहुत हमारे लिए काम की है. सो आई थिंक यही सब चीज़ें थी. बट जब आप बेस के बारे में बात करते हो, यू व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द बेस ऑन विच टुकल बिल्ट द यूरोपियन चैंपियन टीम, सो टू स्पीक, that base was basically laid on by Sari. Then that base was then उसी गार्डन पे then पानी दिया लैम्पार्ड ने. एंड देन उसके बाद जब पौधे ग्रो हुए, देन दैट जब पौधे ग्रो हो गए, देन पौधों को पेड़ किसने बनाया? वो टुकल ने बनाया. So this is how the journey has been so far. This
we
is
have
how
to
the journey.
we have to clip that, and as in this needs to go viral. Yeah, that particular
And
statement. Yeah,
this states आज गुरुजी क्या काम कर रहे थे फ्राइडे को? पूरा दिन आज सुबह से गार्डनिंग चली है.
यही जर्नी रही है. So it's pretty clear. I mean, you need to give credit where it's due to all three managers.
Very right. And of course, मतलब reason आज ये celebrate कर रहे हैं हम, क्योंकि यार Tuchel has completed 1 year this week, and Lampard ironically was taken away 1 year this week, as in 1 year ago this week. लेकिन हाँ, just like Guruji said, there is definitely far more reason to celebrate Lampard, especially the way that he came under the transfer ban, and of course Mourinho's birthday this week. So I thought is the best excuse. ना लेकिन हाँ, talking about Tuchel, as in Man City, he had a number over Man City. Chirag, what was the reason that, for some reason he had a number over Man City last season? Like, did he do something different in those big games?
सी सबसे पहले तो लोग पेप को बोलते हैं कि पेप ने एक गलती करी थी चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल, एंड दैट इज द रीजन चेल्सी जीती, या फिर टुकल इज बेटर देन चेल्सी हम कहते हैं. बट पीपल डू नॉट सी द फैक्ट कि हम उससे पहले भी खेल रहे, हम 2 बार हरा चुके थे पेप को. लाइक क्यों तुम उसको इग्नोर कर देते हो फैक्ट दैट वी डिड अ वेरी good game, I'll say, उसके against, Pep के against, because Tuchel was matching Pep in every aspect of the game. Tuchel was not, I'll say, डर नहीं रहा था इस सीजन में जब वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई थी. He said that I do not want to restrict myself, मैं कंजर्वेटिव फुटबॉल नहीं खेलूंगा, I'll go all out against Pep, and that was the strategy पहली 2 games में भी. All other managers who face City or who face Pep just go defensive or try to be the second team to in attacking mode. But Tuchel did not do that. He played his natural game. He did not let his players get affected by the fact कि तुम City को खेल रहे हो. He just went कि with the tactics he usually goes and did not defend. I'll say he just went on to the game the way he should.
वेल पुट देयर एंड गुरुजी आई नो दैट ये मतलब आप बोल सकते हो लीग वाला गेम तो मतलब मैन सिटी वाज नॉट रियली ऑन देयर ए गेम मतलब अगेन वो डिबेट हो सकता है लेकिन यार एफए कप आई नो फाइनल वी शुड हैव वन अगेन एनी लेस्टर फैंस इन द हाउस आप बोलोगे नहीं बट द फैक्ट इज वी प्रोबब्ली शुड हैव वन इट ऑन पेपर बट या थिंग्स आर नॉट वन ऑन पेपर लेकिन that FA Cup win against Man City in itself, like, you know, वो एक start था to say that, okay, that belief that, okay, we can actually do things in the Champions League as well.
बिलीफ तो था ही, मतलब बिकॉज द वे वी वर एब्सोल्युटली डाउन एंड मतलब वी वर एब्सोल्युटली आउट डाउन ट्रॉडन थे हम लोग प्रॉपर, मतलब ऐसे लग रहा था कि कहीं स्टैम्पीड हो गया है और पूरा का पूरा मोराल उसके साथ डाउन हो गया है, ठीक है, लाइक हमारे मोराल का स्टैम्पीड हो गया प्रॉपर. So this was something that had happened with us in December. Basically, this December was also, the previous December was also not very different from Lampard's December as well. To be absolutely honest, not a great improvement as well. To be very very frank with you, oh wow, to be very frank with you, but but the thing is that is exactly what we are lacking. I mean, somebody to give you confidence, someone new in the dressing room to give you confidence, to give you a sense of belief कि भाई तुम लोग जो भी दिशा में जा रहे हो, whatever direction you're going in, the direction that you're taking is pretty decent. The direction that the players that you are, the ability that you have is still very much respected within the club. And that kind of belief, if you have someone to instill it within the system, within your own within your own coaching staff, and if that person is the manager of the club, then that's a beautiful thing to see. That's what happened.
Absolutely. And now this was beautiful to see. Like Guruji says it. I know any Chelsea fan जो भी देखा है, that was probably the scene. Thibaut Courtois, you know, on his knees and basically, you know, just down once. And then both the times. And I think even एक जो photo नहीं डाला है मैंने, जो Sergio Ramos was also kind of on his knees. I think after the, you know, goal that I think Mason Mount scored, the Real Madrid fixtures, as in different level, right? As in again, I know अभी तक कितने ये वाला moment आया है, and then obviously Man City games apart from the final, and we'll come to that as well. And Atletico Madrid. Among these three, which was the most important moment for you, Guruji?
I mean,
यार अभी मुश्किल हो रही है, अभी तो बहुत सारे moments है बाकी.
Yeah, I mean, this was a very good moment. I mean, I will not just say that this was the moment, right? I mean, within this game also there were a lot of other moments as well that we can
Like
definitely
Werner
talk about.
missing
Yes.
a 5-yard whistle.
But I would still believe, like there's one moment that you can never take out, like take out of Chelsea. I know that's not Tuchel ka moment, but it's under the previous regime that we had, and I still believe that we haven't topped that yet. ठीक है. That is the because Pulisic ka idhar hai, that is the Pulisic assist to Tammy Abraham against Liverpool. That moment for me is still right at the top when it comes to sheer charisma. Okay, when you talk about
Charisma, yeah, that's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely sheer charisma. But when it comes about magical moment, there is always that will be Kai Havertz for me. Like there is a certain emotional connect
हाँ वो तो
that
है ही.
तुम अभी ये भी अगर पिक्चर दिखा दोगे एंड तुम मुझे चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल का वो फिनिश का जस्ट 1-on-1 फिनिश था, it was not exactly too difficult for him, but I mean against Manchester City, that is something else. And considering our recent loss against Manchester City, the way we lost the game, it is absolutely, as I say, beautiful to see. So I mean that was something that was that is absolutely brilliant.
तो लेट मी नोट डाउन. तो ऑब्वियसली एज इन वो तो बाय डिफॉल्ट मैंने सोचा था यार गुरुजी, चैंपियंस लीग फाइनल तो हैज टू बी इन द टॉप, यू नो, द टॉप मोमेंट टुकल के एरा में. देयर इज नो टू वेज. लेकिन अपने को 5 सेलेक्ट करने हैं, इंक्लूडिंग ऑल द 3 एरास आइडियली. तो यस, बट सर्टेनली एज इन दिस इज ग्रेट एज वेल. एंड दिस इज द मोमेंट जो गुरुजी बात कर रहे थे. लाइक, यू नो, अगेन आई नो हैवर्ट्स का गोल हो गया, कि मेसन माउंट का असिस्ट हो गया, कि बेसिकली जस्ट, यू नो, रीस जेम्स हैविंग स्टर्लिंग इन हिज पॉकेट, और जो भी मतलब व्हाट यू वुड लाइक टू सी.
Ankit, where do you exactly stay? You stay in Bangalore, no? Or do you stay abroad?
No, now I'm in Bangalore right now.
You in Bangalore, no? So जब ये Champions League final हुआ था, were you in Bangalore?
Yeah.
So when did you sleep?
I didn't sleep entire night. I went live at I
Exactly.
think
Same
5
story for
बजे सुबह.
every Chelsea fan. It's the same story for every Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
I remember हम Discord पे थे, मैं, Baba and all of the other Pink City Blues Jaipur people, very good people. So हम लोग Discord पे थे and we were just checking out every goddamn tweet of a player or a story of a player, everything, every perspective from which you can actually capture the celebration. ठीक है?
I still have my गैलरी में एक फोल्डर जहाँ मैंने सारे
हाँ.
प्लेयर्स की जो इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरीज थी उसके वो स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग्स, टूकल का वो जूते वाली सेलिब्रेशन एंड
हाँ हाँ
एवरीथिंग जहाँ
हाँ
जो मुझे मिल सकता था, इवन
सही
अरे
में
तो
मैच डे व्लॉग
हाँ
मैंने सारे देखे।
हाँ एंड नींद भी ऐसे आई ही नहीं, मतलब जब फाइनली नींद भी आई तो जल्दी सुबह भी जब उठे तुमने वही सेम चीज किया वापस
एग्जैक्टली, फॉर अ वीक, एटलीस्ट फॉर
या
अ वीक।
I mean, you can't top this. Yeah, you can't. That feeling is something that मतलब मुझे बहुत टाइम बाद आई, मुझे genuinely बहुत लोगों के लिए ये Champions League would be their first Champions League as a Chelsea fan, like a first Champions League win as a Chelsea fan. बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए, because many people, for you, football, Medico,
Yeah,
तेरे लिए definitely this would be your first Champions League win. But even like I never imagined this would have had happened, nor would anyone would have imagined that हम लोग
yeah,
चैंपियंस लीग
not at all.
फाइनल तक जाएंगे एंड फिर जीत जाएंगे। ये forever it will be written in the history books। जो ही बोलो काय हावर्ट्स के बारे में, whatever people say, काय हावर्ट्स is and will be a history maker।
उसने कहा ना आफ्टर इंटरव्यू, वो रिपोर्टर आया कि यू आर द हाईएस्ट पेड प्लेयर और द मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव साइनिंग फॉर चेल्सी, व्हाट डू यू से, हैव यू रीपेड देम? कहता आई डोंट गिव अ फक अबाउट दैट, आई जस्ट वांट द चैंपियंस लीग।
वही
वो
मतलब
इंटरव्यू
that
विद
was the
सीधा
moment,
राजू
ना?
बेटा, या
Different moment, like honestly, like you know, like so many
कंप्लीट मोमेंट।
things went so viral ना, मतलब हाँ तो certainly Champions League no two ways about it, as in इसका तो मतलब कितना ही बात कर सकते कम है, लेकिन हाँ I think Champions League final is the first अभी तक, and second top moment क्या होगा अभी तक, probably Real Madrid कि Atletico Madrid? चिराग, गुरजी, what is your vote?
I'll let
रियाल और
Chirag answer this।
रियाल और
तो बेसिकली दिखा देते हैं। एनीवे पीपल इन द चैट आप भी वोट करिए प्लीज। सो फर्स्ट इज चैंपियंस लीग डेफिनेटली, वी हैव ऑप्शंस ऑफ रियल मैड्रिड बोथ द लेग्स, of course Man City, apart from the Champions League that we won matches, and of course the Atletico Madrid both the legs till now under Tuchel. So as in मुझे पूछा जाए तो डेफिनेटली Atletico Madrid was a great start in terms of basically वो टीम स्पिरिट जो दिखा sidelines पे was kind of you know एक कैटलिस्ट, नहीं चिराग?
या लाइक फर्स्ट ऑफ फॉर मी आई विल गो विद रियाल वाला गेम beating a
अच्छा,
giant in the semi-finals, because semi-finals is a big occasion,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was a complete dominant performance. It was never कि Real is winning the tie easily at any point, ये कभी भी नहीं हुआ था, no one ever felt that, but before every game we were not so confident कि हम मैच जीत रहे हैं, so I'll still say it will be Real Madrid for me, except the
अरे वी हैव मैन
obviously
सिटी
quarter-final.
फैन इन द हाउस, वी हैव मैन सिटी फैन इन द हाउस। मैं भूल गया, शीतांशु बाय द वे इनका भी चैनल है सर्टेनली यू नो ग्रेट। और बाय द वे दो तीन और चैनल्स हैं जो चैट में है। अगेन थैंक्स फॉर जॉइनिंग एवरीवन, डू स्मैश दैट लाइक, डेफिनेटली शेयर भी करिए स्ट्रीम, और ज्यादा लोग हैं तो मजा है, क्योंकि हाँ हम कंबाइंड 11 भी करेंगे एंड विल कम टू जोसे मोरिन्यो, वो तो बहुत ड्रामेटिक होने वाला है, प्रीटी श्योर ऑन दैट। So yes, so we have basically a couple of moments till now from Tuchel that we have shortlisted for sure, and I think one Super Tommy Tuchel ने बोला था, right? Yeah, this was the one. Super Cup. Now Super Cup हम बहुत ज़्यादा हारते आ रहे थे, and finally I know it was Villarreal, and even conceding that goal, Guruji, you must have thought कि इस बार भी गया है यार, नहीं? And then Kepa came to the rescue out of all people. Just Kepa's handling यार by Tuchel, नहीं?
That is there. The way he's handled Kepa's situation is very very good, because एक टाइम पे जब हम लिटरली रैंट वीडियोस निकाल रहे थे केपा के बारे में, भाई क्या कर रहा है, कैसा साइनिंग है ये,
गुरुजी आप वीडियोस निकाल रहे थे?
हाँ
आप वीडियोस निकाल रहे थे?
मैं तो कर रहा था भाई,
अरे आ रही
मैं
थी
तो भाई हाँ
consistent
अरे
consistent।
हाँ ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज उस टाइम पे पता नहीं यार, मैं उस टाइम पे ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंट हो गया था बट
if you want गुरुजी का चैनल फ्रीक्वेंट हो तो केपा से वापस करवाना स्टार्ट कर दो.
हाँ, I mean, I remember that was the beginning of everything, because मैं एक independent video निकाला था Facebook पे of I just recorded a video and uploaded on Facebook, and the next thing I know, I was being asked to take it down because पता नहीं because Chelsea को कैसे लग जाएगा, because बहुत सारी चीजें मैंने बोली थी उस पे because of Kepa and the way he has transformed since that time. That huge respect to Tommy Tuchel for doing that, because you're basically benching a player who is earning a lot. I think he's in the top 5 earners of the club currently. Okay, and he is sitting on the bench nicely still. So I think that is huge kudos to the management.
And even performing
Yeah.
at the best level whenever required. जब भी वो पिच पे आया, it never looked he is not a first keeper.
Exactly.
मैं वही आज एक और पॉडकास्ट में गया था, बाय द वे, यू नो, शाउट आउट टू देम. आई थिंक प्रियांश एंड ध्रुव आर इन द हाउस, क्योंकि उसमें मैं बोला था, एक्चुअली आप ऑब्जेक्टिवली देखो ना, इस सीजन के यू नो काइंड ऑफ परफॉर्मेंसेस पे ओनली केपा के स्टैट्स आर इक्वल टू मेंडी इफ नॉट बेटर. तो खाली आई नो कप गेम्स है एंड ऑन ऑफ गेम्स है, यू कांट रियली जज, इट्स लाइक चॉक एंड चीज, लेकिन मतलब when called upon he is actually, you know, stepped up. So yeah, as in, but more importantly, Super Cup win, Guruji, as in your opinion, where do we kind of, you know, hold that Super Cup? As in, I still rate it as a, you know, big achievement, because एक mental block था यार. Super Cups, you know, काफी सारे finals हारे थे हम recently. I know, I remember that Bayern Munich game, extra time when we lost, and Liverpool के साथ भी Pulisic, you know, offside goal हो गया था and all that. So for me, it was like a huge step for us winning the Super Cup. I don't know, like, would you rate this as one among the top 5 if you include Lampard and Tuchel? Nahin.
Yeah, I mean, Super Cup is still understandable because Super Cup, there is a certain European pedigree to it. So I feel that is still understandable. हमारी जो कैराबाओ वाला जो सीन है, मुझे अभी भी वो इतना नहीं जचता, बिकॉज आई स्टिल रियली डोंट कंसिडर कैराबाओ इन दैट पेडिग्री for us, personally speaking. So I feel our Super Cup, like breaking our Super Cup curse, was definitely respectable.
सही है. Certainly, मतलब I agree with you on that. And of course, like Carabao, मैंने सोचा कि डालूं कि नहीं डालूं. Like you said, even I agree. It's not about Carabao Cup. लेकिन I think one moment which is like, I think a set of moments again जो Tuchel के साथ हुआ है, like beating Spurs एक ही season में 3 बार.
Yeah. I mean, that is huge. I mean, like, that is huge. I mean, Spurs literally have become our puppets, which is so amazing to see in life. Because considering Spurs in that particular sphere is so good, is so relieving, is so soothing, to be very honest. And
In
definitely,
fact, 4 times. Sorry, I said wrong. 4 बार हो गया ना अब तो. मैं तो मतलब backward जा रहा हूँ. 4 times, like I don't think it's ever happened in recent history where, you know, Chelsea has beaten Spurs 4 times in a single season. Like, you know, it's some kind
it
of
has
record.
never happened. It has
Yeah.
never happened. That's
Yeah, I
absolutely
think
never
so.
happened. So it is
Right.
amazing to see Spurs struggling so much, but it's not amazing to see that Antonio Conte is struggling so much, because I still, I still respect the player. Whatever Lukaku has said about him, it's not down to Conte itself. It's down to Lukaku, and I respect what Conte has done for Chelsea, and I'll still respect him forever.
Interesting. तो अभी तक I understand that 5 kind of moments हमने shortlist किया है. I know बहुत difficult था ये options, but I'm just putting in the chat. Let's see if you guys agree. So okay, spacing में issue है. तो Champions League 2021, of course we had to put that. Real Madrid game, Super Cup game, and I think Spurs just beating 4 times is a record in itself, going down in history books. And the Ajax game, that is एक Lampard के, you know, side से रख देते हैं. क्या बोलते हो? Definitely Ajax game एक different vibe भी दे रहा था. नहीं चिराग, do you agree with that?
Ajax तो रखना मतलब it makes sense कि Ajax रखो, because वो Ajax था, लेकिन गेम में कुछ नहीं बोल सकते आप.
Yeah, absolutely. Ajax को रखोगे मतलब आप फिर से वापस ऑडिशन लोगे कि कौन सा अगला प्लेयर आएगा चेल्सी. सो वो चीज भी हो जाएगी आराम से.
You know, I won't be surprised. मैं वही बोल रहा था. I think Champions League से हुआ था ना stream, जो I went live and said, and basically I won't be surprised कि कल को Ziyech वापस Ajax जाए और Anthony वापस sorry इस साइड आए Chelsea, because Anthony भी मतलब kind of what Chelsea wanted out of Ziyech is what he's going towards Ajax में. So
Maybe
it'll be
Tagliafico
interesting,
as well. Tagliafico
Tagliafico,
भी आ
yeah, he
सकता
was also linked to हुआ था definitely. So अभी yeah, मतलब again a lot of things that we can speak about in terms of these moments, but we have to definitely talk about a different era. और Chirag, अभी देखते हैं, मतलब there will be certainly, I think Chirag has seen the Jose Mourinho part 2, which will be interesting. लेकिन हाँ, before that there are a lot of other things that Jose Mourinho brought. I think it's just not the moments. Guruji, I'm sure you'll come to the fore now.
Hmm.
In terms of Jose Mourinho, the aura, the personality, मतलब एक पैकेज है ना, मतलब वो आज तक मिला ही नहीं है वो प्राइम जोसे मोरिन्यो, है कोई?
नहीं, कोई प्राइम जोसे मोरिन्यो नहीं है,
ना
कोई
होगा।
प्राइम जोसे मोरिन्यो नहीं है जो उसने जो टच लाइन वाली रन की थी हमारे लिए। आई थिंक मैंने यही चीज़ और एक भी पॉडकास्ट से बोली थी, माय फेवरेट Jose Mourinho moments. There are a lot of Jose Mourinho moments. This is what what you're just showing here is also definitely on top. But I also remember Claude Makelele scoring his first Chelsea goal.
Yes,
And
yes.
uske baad the celebration that commenced after that particular goal. Usme Jose Mourinho ran the whole touchline and just just jumped on top of it, the whole pile of players who
Okay, and
were
that's the
We
best part,
we
huh? It's interesting. Sorry,
we
yes,
all
Chirag, please
know
go ahead.
भागने
yeah.
और भागने वाली गोल सेलिब्रेशन गुरुजी को वैसे ही बहुत पसंद है।
नहीं वो तो डेफिनेट, मतलब यार जोसे मोरिन्यो इंस्पिरेशन है यार फॉर ऑल चेल्सी फैन, नहीं गुरुजी? लेकिन हाँ,
गुरुजी की
एक चीज मैं
इंस्पिरेशन
बोलना
जोसे
चाहूंगा,
मोरिन्यो।
टॉक अबाउट वो जो सेलिब्रेशन है ना, इंटरेस्टिंगली वही चीज ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक ही रिपीटेड इन अ सेकंड स्टिंट आल्सो, एंड सरप्राइजिंगली ऑनेस्टली आई हैव टू एडमिट मैंने वो मोमेंट डालना भूल गया। दैट मोमेंट वो पीएसजी के साथ, पीएसजी आई थिंक वी हैड टू बीट देम 2-0 इन द सेकंड लेग इन
Right,
2013-14 चैंपियंस लीग, और
right.
that was some game जो Andre Shirley and Dembaba getting that last minute winner, that is something that he almost ran entire touchline, लेकिन instead of kind of going down on his knees etc, तो वो last में he reached there and then वो Torres के कान में कुछ तो बोलने लगे, as
Right,
if he's giving
exactly.
instructions. But
Exactly.
yeah, that was very interesting, certainly. And again, Jose Mourinho is a blockbuster man. His arrogance was Chelsea DNA. His fights with media as well. Exactly. Well, he brought that DNA to Chelsea. That's why I
Yeah.
celebrate him. And as in, I have no qualms about saying it. He is the greatest manager in Chelsea's history. Absolutely no two
Yeah.
ways about it.
Yeah.
So Tottenham got battered. So yeah, we'll come to many moments like Guruji also acknowledged. ये particular moment for Chirag and for everyone who probably were not kind of watching live at that time, मुझे याद है मैं मेरे कॉलेज के फेस्ट में था, and this was basically 2005 का, in terms of as in first big final we were in बहुत साल बाद, and we hadn't won एक भी cup for 5 years. We were told that okay we are kind of buying into things, लेकिन even in that game we went behind. John on a recess scored an early goal, and then out of all people, and we'll come to the Slippy G, but Steven Gerrard got an own goal. So that OG kind of got us back into the game. And Mattia Kezman, Guruji, you remember one person who never scored in Chelsea at all? He got a goal in that game. Like, talk about destiny. And it
Yeah,
was a start of
absolutely.
big things to come. So that's why I put this. Like, what would you say?
नहीं, absolutely. I mean, Mattia Kezman was again another fantastic player. So बहुत ऐसे क्या बोलते हैं उनको, he was almost not exactly fantastic player. He was like a Makeda kind of a player. ठीक है, so it was like an impact player kind of a scene जो था. Makeda was a super sub in a different manner, but again he was like an impact player as well. When he used to come on at for a certain phase of time for United, it was like Makeda is going to score a goal. So Mattia Kezman also has that kind of an impact in certain patches, but yes, those patches are very important for us as well at sometimes.
Okay, now everyone, all Chelsea fans, अब ये तो मतलब होना ही चाहिए लिस्ट में, मतलब obviously एक लीग कप जीतना एक चीज होती है, and then winning the league 50 साल बाद में, and especially Lampard, it was only destiny that he scored 2 goals at the Reebok. like I don't know, like I am kind of speechless because I still get goosebumps. So सोचकर I know वो initially when I became a Chelsea fan early 2000s में people बोल रहे थे यार चेल्सी का क्या है यार, come on यार, ऐसे तुच्ची टीम को क्या सपोर्ट कर रहे हो, मतलब that is the whole thing. It's a Chelsea thing. You just come back and वो शुरू हो गया था 2000 early 2000 से in terms of just आगे we were kind of underdogs and then suddenly we became the dominant kind of force. लेकिन 15 goals ना गुरुजी, if I'm not wrong, 15 goal season में we conceded with only one loss. Wow.
Yeah.
That was some record. Like मतलब again people in the chat do comment. अगर आपको लगता है you think this record will ever be broken, like I highly doubt it. आज के जो modern day football में है, conceding only 15 goals in an entire season.
15 goals in a season, no? Who can break it? I mean, we were, at one point of time we were thinking Liverpool may break it, but then this Liverpool का VVD dominance has also gone down the drain. Also,
Right.
So इतना कुछ तो है नहीं ज़्यादा अभी, ठीक है.
We might break it. Come on, let's be optimistic.
We were pretty much optimistic till the 12th.
Leeds United will break it.
I said we might break it.
Leeds we.
नहीं मैं अपनी तरफ से बोला था Leeds United will break it, उसके बाद मैं बोला नहीं यार छोड़ो, इतना भी ऊपर नहीं जाते.
First let them come above that position. 15th position में गोल की बात हो रही है.
हाँ 15.
या लेकिन हाँ वो एक गेम जो हारे ना वो बेसिकली अभी तक थोड़ा सा चुभता है, मतलब नॉट रियली. ऑफ कोर्स वी वन द लीग 50 साल के बाद एक बार, इट्स अ ह्यूज थिंग, फर्स्ट प्रीमियर लीग सो टू स्पीक. लेकिन ironically that एक गेम जो हारे वो भी it was due to Nicolas Anelka when he used to play for Man City, ironically, and he got that penalty.
And he also played for Mumbai City. And,
oh yes, of course.
He was a pretty shitty acquisition for Mumbai City. So yeah, press conference में उसने झगड़े वगड़े कर लिए मस्त से. So yeah, very egoistic player. Played across London, I think. Didn't play in Tottenham. No, didn't play in Tottenham. Played in Arsenal. Played in Arsenal. Played for us. Then I think PSG he didn't play. No, PSG he didn't play. PSG he didn't play. But he played for these two London teams, and then came to Mumbai.
Interesting. Mourinho is the
biggest Indian football
Pep in my books come from Porto and beat Fergie and Wenger. Okay, so doing it back to back, like I know Man City are doing it for fun. So this kind of achievement has gone down the drain after seeing Man City the recent years में जो किया है Man City, Pep ने, and Super Tommy Tuchel is saying Mourinho is greater than Pep. There are a lot of debates there. Pep maybe didn't have the kind of opportunity to come from a Porto, like put it that way, like he had basically in his plate, yes, but what he did with that is super. But this particular team, 2006 team, again, like for people who might not have watched every game, like I still remember the final I think win jo hua tha Guruji, if I'm not wrong, it was against United 3-0. Joe Kroon was the player of the season.
Yeah.
So which was better, you think, winning that first league or the second back to back was kind of
I think the second back to back was a bit better because I mean first league was all definitely it's an extremely memorable moment, but when you're able to actually hold on to that title for the very first time, that is just unbelievable. I mean you can obviously tell other people, you can prove to other people that it was not a fluke, मतलब हमने दूसरी बार कल दिखाया है. So that is something that is then written in stone basically. So वो चीज was very satisfying for me.
Right. And by the way, ये जो moments आप देख रहे हैं ना, ये खाली victories के बारे में in terms of the cups and trophies we have won. We'll come to specific matches also of Mourinho, क्योंकि there are some pivotal kind of moments जो बोलते हैं ना, वो भी थे Mourinho के अंदर. Again, you will say that League Cup 2007 में, why have you put League Cup? Yes, not great, लेकिन this particular season was kind of underrated in a way. Yes, I think it was Mourinho himself putting that benchmark on him. We won back-to-back titles, and in the third season we went back. Actually, we won 2 cups. I know one was the League Cup, but at that time I think Arsenal team was quite good, and United obviously were very good as well, right? So it wasn't easy. Even that final, I remember Theo Walcott was in the burst on the scene, and then John Terry got a kick on his face. It was a very dramatic final in Cardiff. So this was one, and of course the FA Cup. Now this was superb victory. Man United dominated the game. हमने कैसे ना कैसे we kept them till extra time, and then came this super 1-2 Drogba Lampard. It was first game in New Wembley. Probably from this time on आप बोल सकते हो कि Drogba was the man for Wembley, ना? Mr. Wembley he became, right, after this moment.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, super. If I speak, I'm in trouble. ऐसा क्या हो गया भाई? चलो कोई
अरे
नहीं.
मुरीनियो का वो था ना, इफ आई स्पीक आई एम इन ट्रबल,
That.
so he's saying that.
Oh, you know what? We'll come to the quotes. हाँ, वही मैं सोचा. Exactly. Well said. I actually have the quotes also. Yes, of course. The longest, unbeaten run. In fact, एक stat है. He has the longest football unbeaten home run by manager in terms of time as well. 9 years. 9 साल तक home run. He has never been beaten. And that's something, right? Yes, Drogba definitely owns Wembley. And again, big up to Shrey as well. Next moment जाते हैं, and this is basically comeback. Mourinho making a comeback. 2015 story again for पहला season में we were the little horse, and we'll come to that. लेकिन that particular final against Spurs again, it's always some moment होना चाहिए Spurs को beat करने का. In that particular final, I remember Kurt Zouma was playing as defensive midfielder. Who would have even thought that only Mourinho could do out of nowhere? And I think John Terry got a goal. But again, I think Mourinho went on record saying that winning that League Cup उनको चाबी दी थी basically, to get that confidence again, because they had lost form, if I remember right, towards January, Guruji, and I think even Chirag, you might want to pitch in here because 2015 का है. So if you remember, I think we lost in the league to Tottenham, was it? We had a high scoring game, and it was basically a 5-2, 5-3, if I remember right. It was a very high scoring game, and Kane had scored a hat-trick. और फिर Mourinho went on this Kurt Zouma defensive formation in the League Cup final, and then probably changed things towards the end of the season. So do you think it was a pivotal moment?
Definitely, but like second stint भी इसका, it is all Mourinho things. Like आप कुछ भी बोलो, it is a typical Mourinho thing.
I think John Terry also has gone on record, saying that basically if Mourinho hadn't come वो second stint के लिए, maybe Chelsea वो वापस से glory नहीं मिलती. मतलब in terms of just getting that mentality. I know 2016 season का बात नहीं करेंगे यहाँ, लेकिन हाँ certainly जो mentality वापस से जो कहीं ना कहीं missing हो गई after the Champions League win in 2012. We kind of, I know we won Europa League and whatnot, लेकिन वो league में ना week in week out वाला mentality is something that we had lost for a couple of years. And of course, like I said, the league win. So yes, a lot of moments. By the way, Mourinho has won us 8 trophies, 7 major trophies. So certainly बनता ही था celebrate करने का, and there was a different level. For me, again, that 2015 league win is as important than any other league win. It's very easy for us to say, but I think league win is something that we can always cherish. Third Premier League title for Mourinho. Drogba coming back, story in itself. अच्छा, अभी quickly we'll go upon the matches, right? Particular matches. I'm sure Guruji से कुछ यादें ताजा हो गई होगी. Now this is basically some pivotal moments. Blackburn के साथ दोनों legs थे ना, if I'm not wrong, दोनों ही legs काफी एक तो मतलब proper wrestling match था जो आप नीचे देख रहे हो, और एक Gudjonsen got his first hat-trick. Robin came onto the scene, लेकिन any particular matches which come to mind around that era?
बहुत पुराना एरा था भाई, टू बी ऑनेस्ट बहुत ज्यादा पुराना एरा था, मुझे याद भी नहीं आ रहा, मतलब because I'll tell you what was the scene at that particular point of time. I used to enjoy just watching the games, to be absolutely honest with you. To be like, if I can just be plainly honest with you, I remember moments, because there was a certain moment during this time as well, when I was absolutely mesmerized by Damien Duff, to be very honest with you, and the partnership that we had up in front. That's how I started watching Chelsea, was Adidev Johnson and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank striking partnership at that particular point of time. So I've never seen that absolutely beautiful striking partnership up until now. Even if I keep on telling everyone who's a Chelsea fan that एक बार please तुम जाके YouTube पर 01-02 का season review देख लो एक बार please. ठीक है, एक बार 01-02 का Chelsea का season review देख लो, वो 1.5 घंटे तुम्हारे दिन के बहुत अच्छे बीतेंगे. ठीक है, as simple as that. ठीक है, and that's exactly what I like about that series. I will not put down individual games, to be honest, because I was not in that zone. Even 2003-04 पे भी आएंगे, I would probably advise people to watch the person who was there, Ida Good Johnson. I would advise people to watch Damien Duff, for that matter, because these were players who were really, really very, very pivotal for us. एंड क्लॉडन मैकलेली का कोई भी हाइलाइट्स तुमको नहीं मिलेगा उस टाइम पे, बिकॉज हाइलाइट्स तो नहीं रहेंगे. ही इज नॉट अ हाईलाइट प्लेयर मैकलेली. बट if you want to see Chelsea, if you want to see how Chelsea fared at that particular point of time, and you want any player who can actually prove it, I think Ida Good Johnson is that perfect player for me. And that's why I would not take a certain game, but I would like to mention this player because his performances throughout the season were very good.
बट गुरुजी लाइक एक मोमेंट होता है ना, एक स्पेशल मोमेंट जो आप फील करते हो, लाइक इफ यू आर टेलिंग मी वो एक मैच में जो देखूं, कोई तो एक मैच होगा.
अरे नहीं 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 चिराग, इसलिए मतलब मैं यहाँ बोलना चाहूंगा, यस डेफिनेटली आई गेट द पॉइंट ऑफ पीपल नॉट यू नो एग्जैक्टली काइंड ऑफ पॉइंटिंग इट आउट. रीजन इसलिए है, मतलब अगेन लाइक नो सीक्रेट, मैं बहुत ही बड़ा रॉबिन का फैन हूँ, प्रॉपर स्टैन हूँ, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई मे बी आई रिमेंबर इट, पुट इट दैट वे. So one is that Robin burst onto the scene. Like this was like after signing, he was injured, right? This was the first match, first Blackburn वाला game जो घर पे था at Stamford Bridge, and Robin introduced किया गया था half time पे and changed the match. I know Good Johnson got the hat trick, लेकिन Robin changed the match so much so कि I think पिछले 8 मैचेस में, फर्स्ट 8 मैचेस ऑफ सीजन में चेल्सी ने खाली 9 गोल्स कंसीड किए थे, 9 गोल्स मारे थे, सॉरी. सो वी वर अ वेरी डिफेंसिव टीम, लेकिन वी वर सेकंड लीग एंड एवरीवन लाइक ओके फाइन, ये लोग इन्वेस्ट किए बहुत सारा पैसा. बट एट दिस मोमेंट फ्रॉम दैट हाफ टाइम, जैसे कॉन्टे के अंदर हुआ था ना रिसेंटली, तो दैट मोमेंट फ्रॉम द टाइम रॉबिन केम, वी चेंज द फॉर्मेशन. आई थिंक बिगिनिंग ऑफ स्ट्रीम में एक कमेंट था अबाउट डायमंड फॉर्मेशन. सो वी यूज्ड टू प्ले डायमंड फॉर्मेशन इन मिडफील्ड, एंड आफ्टर दैट गेम एंड आफ्टर रॉबिन केम इनटू पिक्चर, वी वेंट 4-3-3 throughout the season, and again rest is history, like they say, right? Again, another game was the Highbury game, because yes, it was a 2-2 draw. People must be thinking a 2-2 draw क्यों याद कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि यार again the reason I remember is because of the fact that yes, Highbury में we were dominated proper for years to come, like you know. लेकिन जो हुआ था इस particular season में, in terms of not only Terry scoring, but we came from behind twice.
I remember
and
this
then,
goal.
you know,
I remember this goal. That was
right.
That season. I mean, yeah, winning in Highbury at that particular point of time was kind of unheard of, because Arsenal were that strong a team at that particular point of time. So this was pretty intense.
Exactly. और ये वाला तो यार मतलब I'm sure people do
क्या याद
remember.
दिला दिया भाई.
This is something that if you don't remember, I'm sorry to say, there's a question mark about you being a Chelsea fan. Honestly speaking, क्योंकि yeah, this is a legendary Champions League games in terms of Ronaldinho on his prime. Prime मतलब is a short as in understatement.
That Ronaldinho goal भाई मुझे.
See, that is वही मुझे अच्छा है. देखो, even as Chelsea fans, even if we remember, मेरा भी first क्या reaction था Ronaldinho. Honestly speaking, it was Chelsea who won that game. Again, for some reason, we still remember Ronaldinho. नहीं?
We have still not played against a player of that caliber. We have still not played.
Yes, definitely.
Against a player
अभी
of that
तक
caliber.
मैंने नहीं सुना चेल्सी प्लेयर प्रेजिंग एनी बार्सा फैन इतना ज्यादा. Obviously, like everyone does, मतलब रिस्पेक्ट अर्न करते हैं मेसी, जावी, इनिएस्टा, बट रोनाल्डिनियो को जितना सुना है, it has been magical.
Yeah, it has. You should definitely watch a season review of that particular season. मतलब 2001-02, 02-03, 03-04 3 सीजन्स हैं. 3 सीजन के तुमने रिव्यू देख लिए ना भाई. ओह भाई गजब. मतलब there is a vast difference between the opposition that we are playing against right now in the past 4 to 5 years, or in the past 6 to 7 years also भी ले लो, ठीक है. And there's a vast difference between the opposition that we played at the turn of the century, ठीक है, at the turn of 2000, ठीक है. So 2000 से 2005 या 6 तक ले लो, 2005 तक ले लो, 6 भी बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, 2005 तक ले लो, ठीक है. 2005 तक, for those 5 years, the quality of opposition that we faced was insane. I mean, you imagine an Arsenal team which is France playing in a league.
Correct.
It's like France ka national team playing in a league. It is so fucking unfair. But it's that. And you have a Manchester United team which is managed by probably one of the greatest managers that the Premier League has ever seen. Then you have us who are just getting a new investment, and but before the new investment we were kind of underdogs, but we still had good players. It was not like we didn't have good players. We still had good players. It's just that our defense was very bad, like absolutely crap. Okay, because there was absolutely, I don't think so, a single person who I could count on very much in our defense. ठीक है. उसके बाद तुम वेस्ट हैम ले आओ. वेस्ट हैम वाज अ वेरी गुड टीम at that particular point.
मैं कहता हूँ अगर आप दोनों मतलब obviously you have so much remembrance या फिर उस टाइम का impact, आप दोनों प्रॉपर एक पॉडकास्ट कर सकते हो ना for everyone in the chat. You both can have a season review of your own, like 5 साल का. Like
नहीं
अच्छा
नहीं
idea.
बहुत
That
हो
would be
जाएगा.
fun. नहीं मतलब obviously retro Chelsea something.
नहीं उसके लिए तो
नहीं,
बहुत
नहीं,
अच्छे से
नहीं,
पढ़ के
नहीं,
आना
नहीं।
पड़ेगा भाई. वो तो पढ़ के आना
नहीं
पड़ेगा
यहाँ
थोड़ा
पर
सा.
चिराग को लाते हैं गुरुजी. नहीं चिराग को भी लाते हैं यार, बिकॉज यार
मैं
मतलब
मैं क्या
पीपल
करूँगा?
विल बी टेलिंग यार आप स्लिपी जी का फोटो
नए
नहीं
लोग
डाले
भी
यार,
है
come
ना
on.
भाई. इसके पास नए लोग भी तो हैं. ऐसा तो नहीं है ना अंकित के पास कि भाई हम लोग बूढ़े लोग ही तो हैं इसके पास.
we as new people want to learn ना यार कि
अरे नहीं
कैसा
नहीं
था वो, तो
they
maybe
will
to be honest
learn
तो बहुत
they
अच्छा
will
हो.
learn from books. They will
नहीं
learn
नहीं
from
नहीं
books.
आपकी तरह थोड़ी बता सकती है बुक्स यार.
नहीं मैं अब
नहीं,
I think we'll have to read up a lot or to actually do a discussion on that, because that's quite a fascinating topic, but that requires a lot of meat, a lot of
maybe
insight.
वो जो already made reviews हैं उस टाइम की, that are more better क्योंकि वो recently बनाए गए होते हैं, मतलब उस टाइम बनाए गए थे, तो obviously those will be better. Anyone in the chat can go.
नहीं तो ये वाला जो है obviously we can talk about वो सीजन में we didn't win anything. It was 2013-14. Mourinho went to Anfield. Thomas Kalas was our centre back. He actually had Luis Suarez in his pocket, and of course Dembaba, by the way, comment मार रहे थे I think after the slip that basically Steven Gerrard has achieved lots of things, but not everything ends in a fairy tale. Unfortunately, it was perfectly put comment about Steven Gerrard by Dembaba. Big up to Dembaba. Lekin again, I think Torres playing assist to Willian and Willian getting the winner, and Mourinho acting the ball boy in this particular scene itself. Like, अलग ही level
Mourinho and
यार,
ball boys.
मतलब
हडसन ओडोय का भी बॉल बॉय वो सैमुअल एटो का सी सैमुअल एटो था ना उस टाइम पे. यस
हाँ exactly Samuel Eto'o.
Even और भी players पिक्चर हुए हैं बहुत बारी with that thing कि मतलब Chelsea की
Mason was also a playboy. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
क्या ball boy. ball boy.
Gerrard, come on, yeah. As in, the guy was awesome, but it's unfortunately his team, really. लेकिन हाँ, somehow Gerrard had a slip, own goal, जिसकी हमने बात की थी पहले. और ये यार मतलब 2014-15 का पहला मैच बर्नली, that goal, Fabregas passing
Oh
to
yeah,
Andre
this one
Schürrle.
was crazy, man. It was absolutely one touch football. वो क्या था भाई ये goal. This is one of my favorite goals in as a Chelsea fan. One of my favorite goals. Like if
Yeah,
you talk about the top 5, this is my favorite, one of the top 5 definitely.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
लेकिन like अभी current से market में कोई है Fabregas type of player like चिराग और गुरुजी, anyone जो मतलब different element था ना, मतलब this guy could do basically everything what he wanted.
His touches were magical. मतलब इसने ball touch कर दी and that won't be a good pass. ये नहीं possible.
His vision, passing range, and the weight that he used to put on every pass, that was absolutely sumptuous एक time पे तो. मतलब उसका connection with Diego Costa was almost telepathic at one point. मतलब क्या ही बोले, that Conte season he was telepathic with Diego Costa. It was a joy to be a Chelsea fan at that particular point of time.
मतलब वही था ना साइनिंग. आई थिंक सुपर टॉमी टुकल जो पूछ रहे हैं कि ना साइनिंग ऑफ मुरीनियो एरा. फॉर मी ये फैब्रिकास और कोस्टा का जो साइनिंग था ना इनिशियल पार्ट ऑफ 2014-15 वो इतना क्रूशियल था, लाइक प्रॉब्ली दैट वन ऑफ द लीग ऑलमोस्ट, लाइक यू नो. एंड नॉट जस्ट दिस, आई थिंक एक और मैच ये याद है एवर्टन के साथ 3-6. like what a game यार. मतलब under Mourinho we used to play such matches also, people जो मिस कर दिए थे, as in 3-6 was actually a score line under Mourinho. and we actually got this. And Diego Costa, showing what he is, like, some kind of things. Like, it has to be this one. Yeah, come on, Arsenal 6-0, 1000th game of Arsene Wenger. Nahin?
Yeah,
It's
even I remember
yeah,
this game. So
yeah.
अच्छे
This
से.
was
Mo
this was
Salah
to,
scoring one of them.
yeah. The 6-0. I think Mo Salah scored the last goal here.
Yes, yes.
He scored the last goal coming on from the bench, and this by treat, absolute treat. This one.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yes, let's come to the quick quotes. Like I think some of you in the comments said, ये तो बनता ही है, just to kind of highlight. I have top players, and I'm sorry, we have a top manager. Please do not call me arrogant because what I say is true. I am European champion. I'm not one out of the bottle. I think I am a special one. Wow. In the in the supermarket, you have class 1, 2, or class 3 eggs, and some are more expensive than others. Some give you better omelets. ये क्या था? Like, what did he try to say here?
Yeah, sometimes I you who understands Mourinho best is Mourinho himself. So yeah.
And this was great, huh? By the way, ये तब नहीं था क्या जब Man City के साथ we went defensive or something like that. It's not important how we play. If you have a Ferrari, you have a small car, to beat you in the race, I have to break your wheel or put sugar in your tank.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it was
man.
Mourinho.
यार एक ऐसा कुछ गिविंग अप पे भी था ना इसका कोट कोई Mourinho का, I think so.
Players shouldn't give up or something. Yes.
हाँ,
और
I
ये है
think
ना
so.
basically
गुरुजी का favorite.
Mourinho also made us believe now that the entire media in the world are against Chelsea, and this is basically everyone will celebrate it like a holiday when Chelsea lose. Or of course, Little Horse wala, we spoke about it earlier in the stream as well. Like, again, this has to be the favorite of all time. Specialist in failure, again, Arsenal fans in the house, sorry. Lekin as Chelsea fans too, we love it. No one else has the audacity to say it even, like, honestly speaking, मैं सोच भी नहीं सकता कोई बोले इसके बारे में. लेकिन हाँ, काफी डिस्कशन हो गया. Quickly 11 सेलेक्ट कर लेते हैं. तो I'm making the team.
Combined 11 ना, तीनों eras के.
हाँ, तीनों eras का combined level कर लेते हैं quickly. So Chirag, all set?
Yeah,
I'll take one vote. ठीक है, एक वोट लेंगे. तो again, people in the chat, do comment. फॉर्मेशन बाद में सोचेंगे, लेकिन चिराग फर्स्ट ऐसी एक नाम दे दो which you would like to put in the combined 11.
Check, easiest.
Good one.
I'll play safe.
Yeah, check has to be ना, मतलब basically it's good. मैं सोच रहा था यार कोटवार ही बोल दे गलती से.
ना, मुझे घर जाना है वापस, इन्हीं लोगों के साथ वापस स्ट्रीम पे आना है.
Nice.
Guruji, John Terry.
Yeah, that I thought probably that is also one of the easiest.
ये खेलता है गुरुजी, ठीक है.
ठीक है. चलो, जॉन टेरी बोले तो I am फ्रैंक लैम्पार्ड मैं डाल रहा हूँ. तो
हाँ,
no two ways about it.
हाँ ठीक है. ड्रॉगबा मेरा.
हाँ, ड्रॉगबा.
चलो, ड्रॉगबा भी डाल दिया.
नेक्स्ट मेरा my chance is Eden Hazard.
ठीक है.
Eden Hazard, अच्छा, ये थोड़ा सा controversial हो सकता है honestly. Yes, of course, one of the top Chelsea players ever. लेकिन again, Eden Hazard of 2014-15 versus क्योंकि we are comparing Mourinho, Lampard and
कंपेयर नहीं कर रहे ना, हम उस टाइम पे Hazard कंपेयर कर रहे हैं गुरुजी.
हाँ, exactly.
लेकिन so you talk about the all-time Chelsea team, no?
No. We are
All-time
talking about the best players who played under these three managers.
The best players who played under
When
these
they were
three managers, right?
Yeah, at that time, मतलब आप Lampard
When they were
consider
managers
करो
at
तो
Chelsea.
Mourinho, हाँ. If you are considering a player like,
I
मतलब
thought
जो अभी
हम
अच्छे
इतना स्पेसिफिक क्यों जा रहे हैं, हम ऑल टाइम ही कर लेते हैं मस्त से. ऑल टाइम Chelsea 11 करते हैं मस्त से, क्रेजी.
अरे all time तो easy यार, वो तो मैं easy से बता सकता हूँ. तो बात
after
क्या है?
2000s in the Abramovich era.
Okay.
We can do that Abramovich era ना, तो थोड़ा sum up कर ही देगा.
अच्छा, कोई नहीं, अभी
अब्रामोविच अभी भी है, मरा खाया है अब्रामोविच, अभी भी तो है.
अरे मतलब उसके आने के बाद से.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
Let's put in Hazard. ठीक है, Hazard डाल दिया. क्योंकि I was thinking Guruji will probably go for Duff and Robin. नहीं?
Duff and Robin नहीं. I would have gone for, if you're talking about that thing only, I'll go for Good Johnson.
गुड जॉनसन एंड ड्रॉगबा कॉम्बिनेशन. ओके, इंटरेस्टिंग. लेकिन हाँ, मतलब अगेन विल कम टू फॉरवर्ड्स अगेन. अभी मेरा टर्न है, राइट? अभी मुश्किल में डाल दिया यार. अभी और कौन है? तो आई थिंक probably अच्छा, फुल बैक
You should go for
इजी नहीं
defense.
है. मतलब आप
Yeah.
बोल सकते हैं एस्पिलिक्वेटा अंडर लैम्पार्ड और टुकल, और मे बी एस्पिलिक्वेटा अंडर Mourinho as well. 2014-15 he played left back full season versus Ashley Cole. लेकिन Ashley Cole लीग नहीं जीता है with Mourinho. 2006-7 we didn't win the league, right? So
But Ashley Cole was one of the best left backs that time as
Played
well.
yeah, of course.
So let's
Yeah,
put
but
Aspi
again,
at the right back, na?
we-
At the right back डाल दो.
नहीं,
But right back, Aspilicueta never played during that
Ivanovic.
time.
नहीं under
Yeah,
Lampard and
Ivanovic.
Tuchel ना.
Right back is Ivanovic. You
that-
can't
अच्छा हाँ, ये
replace
बात
him.
भी ठीक है.
I'm putting it-
ये भी ठीक है.
Left back has to be Ashley Cole.
नहीं, does it have to be?
I
Like, again,
agree
we're
with
not talking
Guruji. I
about.
agree with you.
मतलब मुझे कोई वैलिड आर्गुमेंट दोगे तो मैं
Sorry,
मान
my
लूंगा.
internet is- Yeah.
Yeah, no issues. You are audible.
नहीं, मेरा आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं है. मतलब just for basically, I'm playing the devil's advocate here.
डेविल्स
My
एडवोकेट
thing
तो
is
सुपर टॉमी
that,
टुकल भी खेल रहे बस से अलोंसो, वो भी डाल दो.
वैसे I'll still back Kennedy यहाँ पे. Kennedy is the better option.
I think who
अरे,
is a
come
better
on.
option?
नहीं,
I
नहीं.
think नहीं I think इसको डालना चाहिए, मार्को वैन गिंकल सेंटर में.
वैसे डालने
अरे
को
नहीं,
हम
jokes
ट्रेंड को भी डाल ही
apart.
सकते हैं.
नहीं, okay, let's cut the jokes apart. So basically क्या है ना, again people watching, again all time best 11, lot of streams में आप देखे हो, including we have done that in the past in the previous video. So that is why I thought let's celebrate these three eras, and we are talking about players who have been best under these three managers. अगर
I
ये
agree with
तीन
Adidev.
managers are kind of managing the team, who would be basically the best, who would be performing under that particular eras? लेकिन हाँ, Ashley Cole is the greatest left back, so yes. And then at the end of the day, we have to agree with that. And Aspilicueta, like he always gets it, somehow वो टीम के बाहर ही हो जाता है in terms of all time
12th
best
man.
11s. लेकिन yeah, Ashley Cole को डाल दे. चलो, Ashley Cole को डाल दिया. Next, Chirag.
Kante, I'll come to थोड़ा सा recency bias मेरा. One of the
Oh,
best
Lampard
signings
era
we have
कहेगा
ever
क्या?
done.
चलो.
Yeah, I'll go with Kante.
Hat off to Conte, huh?
Kante
Right.
with under Tuchel as well. Champions League semi-finals में दोनों legs में man of the match. Champions League final में man of the match. It has to be Kante for me in the midfield.
ठीक है.
Guruji
And,
has divided
Guruji, for
opinions.
you, other midfielder.
बोला.
अदर मिडफील्डर कौन रहेगा?
एक
लैम्पार्ड,
Lampard तो हो गया ना?
कांटे. Cesc
Tommy
Fabregas.
Tuchel is saying Thiago Silva for the.
Cesc Fabregas.
Acha, so let me actually show the team quickly so that you have an idea what the formation is coming. Again, हम change कर सकते हैं quickly formation based on whatever we select in the end. लेकिन I thought obviously मैंने color ही गलत pick किया था एक तो. चलो, तो
What the fuck, bro? तूने आर्सेनल का जर्सी कर दिया था क्या? अब कौन सा
किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा. किसी ने कुछ नहीं देखा. किसी ने कुछ
ऑलमाइटी
नहीं देखा.
गनर्स है.
you know what, Fabregas को comment करके याद हो गया कि वो आर्सेनल के लिए भी खेला और Ashley Cole, but yeah, McAllister any day.
McAllister
मैं वही
also
सोच रहा था.
deserves
मैकलेली एनी
out.
डे वो तो है, बट अगर कांटे है ना भाई, सादिक भाई कांटे अगर है तो आई डोंट थिंक सो मैकलेली भी डाल दोगे तो यार तुम बहुत लो ब्लॉक टीम के साथ चले जाओगे. तो इतना भी डिफेंसिव नहीं करते हैं, ऐसे एक डिफेंसिव मिडफील्डर और दो प्रॉपर रखते हैं सामने मस्त सा. तो यही है.
ठीक है,
अरे
तो
कांटे को तुमने उधर
Fabregas.
डाला है. हाँ, क्या फैब्रिकास डालते हैं ना मस्त है उधर. क्रेजी. हजार्ड, ड्रॉगबा,
ठीक है.
राइट पे जोला ब्रो. If
Zola,
somebody else-
yeah, Zola didn't play for Mourinho, man. Zola to he played under Ranieri, na.
I keep on forgetting that this is this is that
Not the.
scene. Yes.
तो
Right.
मतलब मेरा ऑप्शन तो रॉबिन होगा. अगेन नो बायस हियर, ट्रस्ट मी. लेकिन फॉर द 3 सीजंस दैट ही हैड, जो भी 2.5 साल खेला, आई थिंक द इंपैक्ट दैट ही हैड probably very less wingers had at Chelsea, honestly speaking. Joe Cole भी बोल सकते हैं player of the season. Duff, again, Good Johnson could be playing, but लेकिन because of the fact that हम Hazard को तो pick करना ही पड़ेगा, right? तो probably we'll go for Robin.
मैं तो क्या विलियन के लिए एडवोकेट, पेड्रो के लिए एडवोकेट नहीं कर सकता। पेड्रो तो था, वो भी नहीं था। आई कांट इवन एडवोकेट फॉर पुलिसिक या फिर विलियन।
By the way,
Why
Willian काफी अच्छा था
why
for
not
one
Havertz?
season.
Why not Havertz? चैंपियंस लीग विनर गुरुजी, Havertz
नहीं यार, come
डाल
on.
दे।
नहीं. Hasselbank again, he did not play for Mourinho, Sadiq bhai,
एग्जैक्टली
but we
मैं
are
तो
doing.
सादिक भाई, मैं तो चाहता हूँ ऑल टाइम जब आए तो ऑल टाइम में तो मतलब ये 11 से तो भाई मतलब 15 का टीम बन जाएगा प्रॉपर। आई थिंक 11
Exactly,
से
वही
आई
यही
कैन सी
difficult हो रहा
5
है.
प्लेयर्स चेंजिंग फ्रॉम ऑल टाइम।
अच्छा
Yeah,
चलो,
definitely.
who's the centre back? Let's pick the centre back. Who's the centre back? According to you, Carvalho एक option है definitely from prime Mourinho era. Then second time Mourinho आप बोल सकते हो Cahill या David Luiz, but not really to be honest. लेकिन फिर obviously Thiago Silva shout out. I know not
आई थिंक
so
थियागो सिल्वा
long.
डिजर्व्स द शाउट आउट। या आई
Yeah,
Yeah,
थिंक
why not a
थियागो।
लेकिन
shout out?
Carvalho edges over Thiago Silva or the other way around for
I'll
you?
tell you why. Because Thiago Silva has sometimes almost single-handedly done his job really well. मतलब
At the age of
around
37.
at the age of 37, and also when there were times when almost or sub players were below par, and but Thiago Silva was the one person who just kept on being consistent. So I think that deserves a huge round of applause.
या तो आई थिंक इवन आई टेंड टू अग्री, क्योंकि जस्ट हमारा बैड लक कि हम थियागो सिल्वा को पहले नहीं साइन किए, और मे बी गुड लक एटलीस्ट ही केम टू अस फाइनली. सो आई थिंक yeah, I think we have our team. I'm just downloading it. Again, people in the chat have comment kari. I don't know. Obviously, captain has to be Terry. He is basically, I think, the greatest captain that we've ever had. लेकिन I hope कि वो टीम से satisfied हो. Like गुरुजी, I think probably हम all time भी करेंगे. But वही है ना, all time तो is like, I think nailed on kind of starters है उस टीम में. So that is the reason I thought, okay, let's actually talk about something, out of the box. So we'll probably do that. लेकिन yeah, any final thoughts on basically Tommy Tuchel? क्या मतलब prediction है in terms of how long will Tommy Tuchel stay? According to you
Keep
guys.
the faith alive. Keep the faith alive. Let's not let's not be another Watford. Let's not turn this club into a circus. Let's just keep the faith alive and let's see what the future holds.
ये देखो, मतलब कार्वालियो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स टेरी, वेरस सिल्वा एंड टेरी आर वेरी
सही बात
सिमिलर.
बोल रहा है यार, सही बात बोल रहा है। मैंने बस सिल्वा का इसलिए नाम लिया because of the reasons given, because also the another reason is we need to take a
कुछ
person
प्लेयर
or
तो
a
लेने
player who's
पड़ेंगे।
played house played under Tuchel. यार चैंपियंस लीग
Yeah,
जीता है भाई, थोड़ा सा तो रिस्पेक्ट देंगे। हाँ
थोड़ा।
एग्जैक्टली. क्योंकि हाँ, मतलब कांटे वी काइंड ऑफ काउंटेड इन द लैम्पार्ड एरा, ऑल्दो कांटे मेड हिज साइनिंग. लेकिन अभी करंट पर्टिकुलर टीम में देखा है तो चिराग, फॉर यू, हु इज दैट नेक्स्ट बिग प्लेयर दैट हम यू थिंक विल बी स्पीकिंग फॉर
माउंट
इयर्स टू
माउंट
कम? एनी ट्रांसफर दैट यू आर सीइंग
माउंट
हैपनिंग?
नहीं, नॉट जस्ट ट्रांसफर, हमारी टीम में भी माउंट इज द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग एट चेल्सी। इट इज
You
इन
can see
मेकिंग।
him being like the legend that will be speaking for years to come.
Yeah,
That kind
definitely,
of player.
definitely he has that potential to be. I cannot guarantee anything being a Chelsea fan.
Certainly, मतलब again shout out to many other players. काफी difficult था ये choice in terms of moments, and but I thought let's actually just put out all the kind of moments that are possible. And of course काफी लंबा चले गया stream. We wanted to do transfers. हम एक काम करेंगे, we'll do transfers on a different stream, and hopefully you guys have liked this. And of course जो भी miss किया है शुरू से आप देखिए. We were just celebrating basically three kind of eras, and we kind of selected five top moments out of the recent era, where Chirag obviously had a huge say, and of course, we had five moments from Mourinho's era as well. Of course, lot many other moments there. मतलब I literally had a tough time even picking that 10 shortlisted moments that I had. लेकिन हाँ, that team was interesting, certainly. But yeah, I'm hoping Guruji you change your mind and come for Who Am I? क्योंकि हाँ, that is something
नहीं,
that
विरंग दो।
again it's not just about celebrating our history, but it's basically more fun, to be very honest. It's just a game, right, at the end
I'm
of the
just
day.
you can just highlight Gaurav's like he's very concerned. Yeah, Gaurav,
गौरव,
I'm
चिराग
fine.
fine.
नहीं, actually they are talking about this. This is just a skin infection. किसी ने मुक्का नहीं मारा मुझे। गुरुजी ने अभी तक तो नहीं मारा। I'm sure about this. बाद का पता नहीं गुरुजी का, लेकिन अभी तक किसी ने नहीं मारा मुझे।
Yeah. I think Satvik is a Newcastle fan, huh? Please comment Satvik if not. लेकिन हाँ, certainly you can say यार, लेकिन यार Bruno Guimaraes को really under the noses नहीं बोलूँगा, like he's not like a world class player or something like that. लेकिन हाँ, certainly technically तो है ही correct, तो I can get that. But yes, certainly thanks for joining. Again, people in the house, आप description check करिए. Please give a follow to Adidev, Guruji, and of course Football Medico and Football Parliament as well. Certainly, shout out to Sadiq Bhai as well. Have to say Chelsea has been the biggest club in London. यार ये इसको फ्रेम कराना चाहिए इस कमेंट को।
अरे नहीं
नहीं
नहीं, वो लास्ट लास्ट का देखो ना उनका,
नहीं
कांट से
नहीं,
इंग्लैंड
वो मैं बेसिकली कर लूंगा, क्या बोलते हैं, आई थिंक आई विल क्रॉप दैट पार्ट, राइट? नहीं, बट सादिक भाई, बिग अप टू यू certainly. But yes, thanks a lot for joining. I hope कि basically you guys stay safe, क्योंकि yes, certainly I am on the road to recovery. Hopefully everyone does as well. Until next time, peace out. Up the Chelsea.